All right, we're back with another video. So today I want to talk about an argument known as the God of the Gaps. So briefly, this is a theological argument that asserts where science cannot explain something, the explanation is then God. So God fills that gap in explanation. So an example of this would be before we knew about planetary orbit or whatever, or before we knew what the science behind lightning was. In the past, people could have attributed these things to God, right? But then we get the scientific understanding and we realize that this is not the case. So the big one now is that you could look to would be the fact that we don't, like, how did something, the universe, come from nothing? So the common theory of the Big Bang, which actually a lot of scientists will posit that the Big Bang was not the beginning now, but that's a whole different rabbit hole. But anyways, like, how does something originally come from nothing? And so you'll get a lot of theology that says, well, God is the nothing, God is how you get something from nothing. God did it, right? And so he's filling that gap in scientific knowledge. And so that's why this argument is referred to as the God of the gaps. The main criticism for this is just the idea, kind of like I just explained, that just because science can't explain something currently doesn't mean that it won't ever be able to explain that phenomena. So that's kind of what you get with that. And it's tough because it's one of those things where it feels impossible to guess the explanation for the thing, because if you were able to accurately guess the explanation, then we would just probably have the explanation. Like, I have no idea, granted, I'm also not a scientist or a physicist or whatever, but like, I have no idea how to try to solve the problem of how do we get something from nothing. But essentially just saying, well, the explanation is God, is not really, in my opinion, coming up with an answer, because you're not arguing a full, like, robust understanding of something. You're just essentially changing out the language that you use to describe it. Instead of saying, I don't know, you're just saying, well, God is the reason, but you still don't have a full understanding of what that actually means and actually entails. But yeah, that's the general, very basic breakdown of the idea, the argument of the God of the gaps. So yeah, that's it for me today. I will see you in the next one.